Yeah, it is hours of research.
No, if you look at the YouTube directly, you'll be able to know.
Very good morning and welcome to this webinar on engineering programs current trends. I am Professor Niranjan Chiplunkar, Principal of NMAM Institute of Technology, Nitte. The topics that are being covered in this particular hour-long webinar is about why NMAM Institute of Technology for Engineering Studies, various engineering streams that are being offered in our college, and also the career opportunities and placement details. All the details that are being covered, most of them are made available in our college website, that is www.nmamit.nitte.edu.in. The plan for this particular webinar is something like this. Initially, I'll be giving an overview of NMAM Institute of Technology, Nitte, with which all the attendees here will get an idea about why you must opt for NMAMIT as your college for pursuing engineering. Then I'll talk about 4 IT related B courses which are offered at our institute. They are computer science and engineering, information science and engineering, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and computer and communication engineering. So these aspects I'll cover in next 15 minutes. And as I said, I'm Professor Niranjan Chiplunkar, Principal of this college and also Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Followed by this, for next 15 minutes, Dr. Rajesh Shetty, who is the Dean Admissions and Alumni Affairs and also Professor in Electronics and Communication, will talk about 3 non-IT related BE courses offered at our institute, which are Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Electronics and Communication Engineering, and Biotechnology Engineering. Finally, the last 15 minutes will be dealt by Dr. Grainal Dimallo, who is an Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, who will speak on remaining 3 non-IT related BE courses offered at our institute, namely Mechanical Engineering, Civil Engineering, and Robotics and Artificial Intelligence. Without any further delay, let me start off with our institute overview. The Nitte Education Trust was started in the year 1979, and this particular engineering college, that is Nitte Mahalinga Adyantaya Memorial Institute of Technology, Nitte, was started in the year 1986. So Nitte Education Trust was started by late Justice K. Segde, who was the Supreme Court judge and also the Speaker of Lok Sabha. And now presently, Sri N. Vinay Hegde, who is the President of Nitte Education Trust, who is also the Chancellor of Nitte Deemed to be University, is heading the whole operations, and under his great leadership, this institute is marching ahead. And this institution was named after one late Nitte Mahalinga Adyantaya, who was the first engineer of this district, was graduated from Edinburgh, UK, and was the chief engineer of this Department of Industries of then Madras province. Before anybody would like to opt for any institution, he or she would like to know what are the achievements and progress that has been made by the institute. So our engineering college, that is NMAMIT Nitte, has been graded with A grade from NAC, National Accreditation and Assessment Council, with a CGPA of 3.11. All undergraduate programs programs are NBA accredited, which is National Board of Accreditation, all the eligible programs. And we are an ISO 9001-2015 certified institute, and we are an autonomous institution. This is very important. An autonomous institution is one which frames its curricula with the inputs from various industry leaders from time to time, so that whatever we offer in our institute is latest as per the industry requirement. And another very important achievement of the institution is National Institution Ranking Framework, or NIRF, where our institution stood at 133rd position in the entire country. As you may be aware, there are more than 3,500 engineering colleges and we stood at 133rd position during NIRF 2020. That itself speaks about the quality of education and other student support systems which are provided in the institution. And out of 200 plus engineering colleges under Visvesvaraya Technological University, for which we are affiliated to, we stood first in sports activities for continuously for last 4 years. And as per the industry Confederation of Indian Industries, or CII AICT survey, we were placed in the platinum category for last 3 years successively. And we have about 126 faculty members out of 300 faculty members who have PhD qualification. That is roughly about 40% of our faculty with PhD, and many of them are doing their PhD now. We are an institution which are currently affiliated to Visvesvaraya Technological University, Belagavi, and it is a UGC recognized autonomous college for all undergraduate and postgraduate program right from the year 2007. So here there are some details which I am not going to read it out for you, but you can go through it yourself. Basically, all these things indicate that we have everything that is required to provide a quality education in the campus. And to tell you something about our sports and games encouragement that we give to our students, we have a BC Alva Sports Complex, which has separate cricket, football, and hockey grounds, and has a 400-meter track. And as I already mentioned, our students have won continuously first position in VTU sports for the last 4 years. We have a very modern indoor stadium with wooden flooring for basketball, and all our academic and hostels are having a power backup with a 1700 kVA backup facility. We also have recently Atal Incubation Center set up in the campus with more than 10,000 square foot area, where there are 12 startups already working in the campus. Now, this gives a opportunity for the students to carry out their internships in the campus. So, IT infrastructure, we have 1.5 Gbps internet connectivity, which is very widely used these days when it is online interventions. Even with offline interactions with the students, we use these facilities for our teaching, learning, whenever it comes to any advanced topics. And we have very many staff student support systems. To name a few, we have a Center for Student Innovation, where we have a robotics club, aero club, and a finite loop club, which are all manned by students under the guidance of the faculty members, through which students study or learn several things outside their regular academics. And this is fully open all the whole day, and it is manned by the students. And there are very many other student support systems, as I have shown here on the slide. And we have a NSS, very active NSS and Red Cross Society, and also NCC Naval Wing in the college. And we have college buses, 31, and more than 2,400 students stay in our college hostels, which have totally 11 blocks. And there is a Medicare center, full-fledged medical center with an ambulance facility and a doctor's service in the campus. And we have a Canara Bank ATM and a post office in the campus for the benefit of the students and the faculty. So these are list of various major equipment, which I'm not going to read it, but you can rest assured that all that is required for student training, learning, and also even for the research, all facilities are there in the college. Various centers of excellences, which are, some of them have been funded by the institute, some of them funded by or supported by the industries. There are about 15 of such centers of excellence. You name the area, we have a center of excellence through which a lot of cutting edge research and product development is happening with the help of students under the guidance of faculty members. And library, which is a resource center for any college, we have more than required number of textbooks and e-journals which are provided, and also they can be accessed through our internet service, which is intranet service, which is Moodle. Something of very interesting to the students at this point in time, we have 10 branches of engineering with the total intake of 1,140, with the 5% SNQ quota of Government of Karnataka and 15% PIO quota. And on and above this, at the second year level, 10% of our students join through lateral entry. 45% of this 1,140 seats come through CET, 30% through ComEdK, and 25% through management. Apart from these 10 branches of undergraduate BE program, which is a 4-year program, we have 6 specializations in MTech, 2-year MCA program, and 2-year MBA program. These are the various degree programs: computer science and engineering with an intake of 180, E&C with 180, mechanical engineering 120, civil engineering 120, information science and engineering 180, electrical electronics 120, biotechnology 60, artificial intelligence and machine learning 60, computer and communication engineering 60, and robotics and artificial intelligence 60. So these are the 10 B undergraduate programs, and these are various postgraduate programs with their intake per year. Any institution for that matter gives lots of thrust on placement these days, and we have been consistently doing very well for last several years. And during 2021 academic year, which got over just on 31st of July, 30th July, we could place 1,008. We could have 1,008 placement offers for our students, and year before that we had 724. Year before that 649, and year before that it was 668. As you can see, gradually the placement offers that our students are getting is increasing. More than 80 companies visit every year, and they look at our students from all the disciplines, and then we have our students have been getting very good salary packages. And research wise also we are doing pretty well. More than 250 papers are being presented every year by our staff and students, and these are some of the statistics related to research. And one more thing which our +2 students who are looking for admissions into engineering in our college may be interested in to know about our collaboration with foreign universities. Ritsumeikan University, Japan has a excellent collaboration with us right from the year 2014. We teach Japanese language in the college as an elective subject during final and third year, and through the Sakura Student Exchange Program, every year about 10 to 15 undergraduate students of our college visit Ritsumeikan University, Japan, and also their students come here. And also for research and postgraduate student exchange, we use this particular MOU. Along with that MOU with that Ritsumeikan University, Japan, we have MOUs with other universities which are listed here for different branches and different programs. And we have various best practices which students will get to know when they get admitted to the college. Biology for engineers being taught right from in the first year itself for all students. Induction program, project-based learning, industry institution collaboration. We teach even courses like yoga, physical education, German language, and already I said Japanese language. And we have opportunities to learn through technical clubs. There are 5 active technical clubs, professional society, student chapters, and department student associations, and so on. So these are various things which students should keep it in mind before they choose any college. And we, as I said, we offer everything that is required for the overall development of a student. Next, another 5 minutes, I'll just take to touch upon our IT related courses, which the first one is artificial intelligence and machine learning, which we started last year. And this particular program, Bachelor of Engineering in Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, is designed to enable students to build intelligent solutions, software or applications with a combination of machine learning, analytics, and visualization techniques. So this program discusses various AI methods applied in different fields, neural networks and their variants, machine learning and deep learning models, and theoretical background of data science and big data handling. So AI is going to be the next in thing, and this is going to be applicable in all walks of life. So we have started offering this particular undergraduate program with a 60 intake from last year. And graduates of this program, they can design solutions for problems on various interesting domains such as self-driving cars, AI-driven medical diagnostics and personal health, face identification, natural language understanding, robotics and automation, manufacturing, etc. And as I said, AI and ML is the most demanding skill that is utilized in almost all domains, including healthcare, manufacturing, entertainment, business, and many more. And there will be great placement opportunities for any student who undergoes his BE program in artificial intelligence and machine learning. Very recently, we have started a Center of Excellence in Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. There are more than 15 faculty members who have specialized in various domains of AI applications. The next program, as everybody must be knowing about, is computer science and engineering, which is an interdisciplinary field focusing on computing paradigms, hardware, and emerging hardware ecosystem to tackle challenging problems. The problem solving, analytical and programming skills learned through this program can be applied to the challenges found in important areas such as medicine, energy, economics, and social issues, among many others. Many students ask us what is the weightage given to the hardware and software in this particular program. So computer engineering stands for hardware aspects, computer science is for the software aspects. So 40% weightage is given to the hardware, which is computer engineering, and 60% to the software. And a student of this particular branch and also all related IT related branches, they study C, C++, Java, Python programming languages, along with several other simulators and other open source software systems. Parallel computing architecture, IoT, and microprocessor based systems are learned under hardware aspects. And these are some of the major companies which visit the campus, and then our students get placed there. TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL, Accenture, Capgemini, and almost all IT related companies, more than 50, 60 companies, they visit our college and select our students. The information science and engineering is an interdisciplinary field primarily focused on collecting, retrieval, analysis, and management of information centered around cognitive science, communication, and management. Data analytics, cybersecurity, web development, AI, and related algorithms will be extensively studied during this course, and graduates of this particular program can design and code the solutions for problems from different domains like finance, banking, insurance, marketing, healthcare, robotics, and automation and security. So along with their IT skills, we also will get some experts who will tell about their domains, because finally the IT solutions have to be developed and designed and developed for such areas. And IS and computer science and engineering curriculum, they have almost the same subjects, maybe more emphasis in information science on the domain like finance, banking, insurance there and their IT applications, and there'll be very less on hardware as far as information science and engineering program is concerned. And the companies which come for the campus placement, they really do not distinguish between these two graduates for the employment. And finally, the computer and communication engineering, it is a program which is designed with an objective to shape the students take up the responsible roles in the domain of network engineering, network security, and IT administration, along with strong fundamental approach towards software design, development, and management. This course is for the students of new generation who seek specialization in computer communication technologies, along with computer science. A strong emphasis is placed throughout the course on developing the practical skills and in-depth knowledge which are required by today's industries. The curriculum of computer and communication engineering course provides experiential learning on basic and advanced courses in computer science, communication networks, security, and associated subjects. In fact, ours is the only college under VTU which started this particular program last year, and it is going on very well. And these are some of the companies which basically look for the graduates in the coming days: Nutanix, Broadcom, Cisco, Wipro, Akamai, VMware, Crowdfire, Sony, Philips, HCL, Alcatel, Informatica, Dell EMC, Juniper. These are some of the names which where graduates of the streams are preferred. So these are the four branches which are IT related branches which are offered. I think this is the bird's overview of our campus, where you can see grounds at the back, and then hostels, and this is the college buildings. And this is a road which connects Mangalore to Kudremukh State Highway. So I think with that, I'll stop my presentation. Now I'll request my colleague, Dr. Rajesh Shetty, to take over. Dr. Rajesh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So good morning, everyone. I will be speaking about basically the three programs, that is electrical and electronics engineering, then electronics and communication engineering, as well as biotechnology engineering. So let me share the slides. The slides are visible.
No, Rajesh.
Okay. Yeah, I've shared it. Is it visible? Is it visible?
Now,
Not yet.
No, Rajesh. 1 minute.
So reshare it once. It will come now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And now it is visible, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the contents will be, initially I'll be giving a brief introduction for the engineering program. What is engineering? And then I will cover the three disciplines, what I have mentioned. And in all these three disciplines, I will be focusing on the curriculum and other aspects covered as far as the institution and the respective departments are concerned, followed by the various job opportunities. Now, we know that India has been recognized as an international center for learning, and Indian universities and institutes of higher education and research have made significant contribution in science and technology. So when we ask this question to ourselves, what is engineering about? We can say that engineering education is an activity of learning the basics of technological innovations that are supported by scientific experiments and mathematical concepts. Engineering education is further classified into various branches of study based on their applications. And we should know that India is one of the largest producers of engineering graduates in the world. When we look into the engineering curriculum, it also deals with the creative application of science, mathematical methods, and empirical evidence in order to innovate, to design, to undergo an operation, to study the systems or subsystems, as well as the different processes. It encompasses a broad range of more specialized fields with an emphasis on a particular area of applied mathematics, applied science, as well as different applications. The term engineering is derived from the Latin word which is ingenium, which means cleverness, and engineer, which means to contrive or to devise. So with respect to this, when we look into the engineering curriculum, we basically focus on solving the problems. And when we solve the problems, we look into the practical skills as well as the technical knowledge that has been acquired during the program. When we look into the solutions to the problem are basically the issues and ideas that affect every area of our lives. When we deal with these solutions, the foundation of mathematics, science, research could be design, could be a small prototype, maintenance, and production. These play a vital role. When we focus on design, manufacture, and maintain, what we are looking into is we look into the design, manufacture, maintenance, as well as sustenance of almost everything what we as well as industries use. So basically what people and industry use. Now, when we look into the difference between science, engineering, and technology, these are often confused with each other. All three are closely related but mean different things. Now, in this process, let's look into a quote given by Theodor Karman. He says, scientists study the world as it is, and engineers create the world that has never been. So as per this quote, we can observe that science is a study of the natural world, while engineering is creating new things based on that study. However, when we look into the modification of this quote, we can modify it and say that science is the study of natural world as it is. Engineering is creating new tools, devices, and processes based on scientific knowledge, technology, scientific knowledge basically. And when we look into technology, it is the sum total of all the engineered tools, devices, and the processes which are available. So we can clearly see the difference as well as the interconnection, the link between science, engineering, and technology. We say that science is knowledge of the natural world put together. Engineering is creation based on scientific knowledge, and technology is the set of engineered creations which is put together. Or alternatively, science comes from observation of the world. Engineering comes from acquiring and applying the knowledge, and technology comes from repeated application and approval of engineered tools. Or still alternatively, we can say that science is about creating meaning of natural phenomenon. Engineering is about creating new devices, tools, and processes, and technology is about creating a collection of engineered and tested tools for the mankind. When we look into the engineering program is considered to be the most preferred program of study. Why it is considered to be the most preferred program of study is in order to get into the field of technology or even the managerial as well as administrative positions. When we speak about administrative levels, a student, a graduate engineer can get into civil services. And if we look into the statistics, most of them are engineering graduates. When we look into the managerial positions, students after their engineering graduation, they can get into the Indian Institute of Management for studying the management program. Students can also go into higher studies as well as they can also go into research. So about when we look into engineering program, for these reasons, it is considered to be the most preferred program of study. Now, when you plan to take up engineering, the very first thing what you need to look into is proficiency in mathematics and physics. It doesn't mean that you should score 90% and above. If you have that score, fine, fantastic. But you need to have a very good taste for mathematics. You need to appreciate the beauty of mathematics. Then once you take up engineering, get your admission, you need to have a consistency in your scoring pattern. You need to have a logical bent of mind as well as ability to calculate and think sequentially and also think sequentially. A good communication skill, a natural curiosity, confidence, and ability to pick up new ideas, these are quite essential. Apart from this, motivation and capacity to work systematically through all semesters, this is very essential because throughout the semesters, that is the program is spread across 8 semesters, you have quite a lot of assignments, you'll have presentations, seminars, examination, project work, internship, etc. So the motivation and capacity to work systematically through all semesters. But most important one is you need to have a genuine desire to learn, and it is not just the attraction of the word engineering. So the number of seats available already principal had covered over here, but when we look into the disciplines, electronics and communication engineering was established in the year 1986. Electrical and electronics, it was established in the institute in 1987, and biotechnology in the year 2002. So how old these disciplines are, you can just look into from this slide. So first of all, when we look into electrical and electronics engineering, electrical engineering is a branch of engineering that deals with the technology of electricity. Electrical engineers work on a wide range of components, devices, and systems, possibly from tiny microchips to huge power station generators. Electrical engineering, sometimes it is also referred to as electrical and electronics engineering, is a field of engineering that deals with the study and application of electricity, electronics, and electromagnetism. The field first became an identifiable occupation in the late 19th century after the commercialization of the electric telegraph and electric power supply. It now covers a range of subtopics, including power electronics, control systems, signal processing, and telecommunication. Now, electrical engineering may or may not include electronics engineering, but today, most of the programs where you have electrical engineering, it is actually called as electrical and electronics engineering. So where a distinction is made, electrical engineering is considered to deal with the problems which are associated with large-scale electrical systems, such as power transmission and motor control. And when we look into the electronics engineering, that part deals with the study of small-scale electronic systems, which includes computers as well as integrated circuits. So since its early beginning, the field of electrical engineering has grown and branched out into a number of specialized categories, as I said, including the power generation and transmission systems, batteries, and control systems. Electrical engineering also includes the electronic part, which has the telecommunication, remote sensing, signal processing, digital circuits, instrumentation, and so on. When we look into the major thrust in the course, it is related to the basic principles and the detailed analysis of different types of equipments and systems, which are basically used for generation, transmission, distribution, and utilization of electrical energy. The course also covers the study of electronic devices and circuits which are involved in measurement, which are involved in various instrumentation, which is involved in control and protection of the electrical equipments and conversion system. These are the different courses. I have not listed everything. Most important courses, what is taught over here, I have listed. So engineering mathematics is one of the course. Course means subject over here, which is there for 4 semesters. Then if you look into this, network analysis, machines, analog electronic circuits, then microcontrollers, electromagnetic field, electric power generation, and high voltage engineering, switch gear and protection, power electronics, power systems. So these are some of the courses. Now, when you make a comparison between electrical and electronics engineering, as well as electronics and communication, some of the fundamental courses are common between the two streams. Maybe the title as well as the content, there could be minor changes, but the fundamental courses like network analysis, analog electronic circuits, microcontrollers, and power electronics, control systems. So these are quite common. Well, when you ask the question to yourself, what does an electrical engineer do? Electrical engineers design, develop, test, and supervise the manufacturing of electrical equipment, such as electric motors, could be navigational system, could be related to the generation equipment, and so on. So the Department of Electrical Engineering, this has got a center of excellence, which is a center for design of power electronic systems. So what is done over here is the faculty, the students, especially the UG as well as PG students, they work in the Research and Innovation Center of the Institute in association with this particular center, and they bring out or develop the product. So you could see over here, the first one, what we have is a microcontroller based training kit, which is used for the teaching learning process. And this was designed and developed by the laboratory in this particular department. And the second figure, what you could see is again a general purpose control card. So this has also been developed over here, designed and developed over here. So there is an enormous amount of contribution from faculty as well as students. The students get trained in coming out with these products. So again, the center has developed a touchless hand sanitizer, which is used in the institution, as well as an RF-based door lock system. The one figure what you could see right now is an audio amplifier, and this audio amplifier is connected to the mobile, and this is connected to a speaker. So the design testing of this, everything has been done in the department, in the institute itself. More than this, today we speak about the electric vehicle. And when we speak about the electric vehicle, the combustible fuel was transformed into this electric representation. The power electronics converters, which have been designed and developed by the team, they successfully drive the electric motor and charge the battery or the array of battery, which is provided in this vehicle. So it was fitted to an auto in the beginning, and then it was fitted to a vehicle, Maruti Omni over here. The microcontroller unit, which is designed and developed in the Research and Innovation Center of the Institute, it controls the electric vehicle with a power electronic stack and an array of 25 batteries of 12 volts with 45 ampere hour each, and a three-phase 7.5 HP induction motor. The team has not only developed microcontroller system with algorithms and required controls, but also has designed battery charging circuitry. So the top speed with this electric vehicle is about 50 kilometers per hour. And once it is charged, it can run for about 80 kilometers. Well, the various organizations which will be recruiting the electrical engineers will be the Indian Space Research Organization, that is called as ISRO, the Central Power Research Institute, CPRI, then the various power utilities across the country, the state power utilities, then DRDO, then Electronics and Radar Development Establishment, Baba Atomic Research Center, Bharat Electronics, Bharat Heavy Electricals, then HPCL, Oil and Natural Gas Commission, then NTPC, Coal India Limited, MRPL, then Naval Physical and Oceanographic Laboratory. These are all the public sectors where electrical engineers have got a lot of opportunities. Apart from this, the private sectors are General Electric, Robert Bosch, then Siemens, ABB, JSW, that is Jindal Southwest, then Sankalp Semiconductors, then Schneider Electric, Kirloskar, Crompton Greaves, and so on. So Mercedes-Benz, so many companies. I'm not listed everything over here. So there are wide opportunities for electrical engineers in public sectors as well as private sectors. So when we come to electronics and communication engineering, electronics and communication thus deals with the electronic devices, circuits, integrated circuits, and communication equipment like possibly the transmitter, receiver, and so on. It also deals with the basic electronics, analog and digital transmission and reception of data, voice and video, microprocessors, satellite communication, microwave engineering, antennas, and so on. It aims to deepen the knowledge and skills of the student on the basic concept and theories, which involves the analysis, system implementation, operation, production, and maintenance of various applications. The major driving force for the present day information technology revolution is the development in electronics engineering. The advancements in microelectronics, satellite and optical fiber, then analog and digital communications have resulted in developing complex electronic devices and circuits, which are capable of implementing fast and efficient systems. So real-time transfer of audio and video signals is now possible with the recent trends in a broadband technology. The basic principles and performance of the electronic devices and circuits are introduced in the course. Then design and analysis of different analog and digital circuits are considered in detail. Different analog and digital modulation techniques which are used in communication, and the different demodulation techniques at the recovery or at the receiver, along with the wireless communication scenario, satellite communication, the channel where the electromagnetic wave propagates. All this are taught or covered in this program. The importance of electronics engineering lies in the studies which deals with the science of electrons, that covers a wide range of application as whatever has been told. Now, when you compare this with the electrical engineering, initially when electricity was available, it was considered to be a luxury. Then it became comfort, and now it has become a necessity. Similarly, when you look into the electronics engineering, it started all with the radio, television, and today in the present day scenario, when you look into the modern applications like Internet of Things, robotics, embedded system, much more than that, our own mobile sets, what we have. It's very difficult to spend even a single day without a mobile or any of these gadgets. At the same time, when we speak about the nanotechnology is helping to create high-speed switching devices. The evolution from the Intel Pentium 1 processor to the recent core, that is i7 processor, it's basically because of the high speed, the micro architecture, and the part of the electronics, what has been studied over here. So keeping all this in mind, we are trying to create a curriculum for the BE program that can be directly linked to the emerging technologies leading to the industry. So the department has provided collaborative environment open to the free exchange of ideas, where research, creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship can flourish and ensure the students to achieve their full potential. So again, the different courses, what is taught over here is, as I told, mathematics is one of the common course. Then the fundamental subject like electronic devices, network theory, analog electronics, signals and system. And when you come to communication subjects, we have analog communication, digital communication, wireless communication, then information theory and coding, power electronics, computer networks, then antennas and propagation, various labs, projects, and all the programs have got various elective courses, elective subjects, where the student can take an elective of his choice. Well, very similar to the electrical department, even in this department, we have a center of excellence, the Texas Instruments lab over here. And the board, what is available over here, a microcontroller board, which is provided by the Texas Instruments. Students can work on this and come out with the various projects. And you could see over here, the personnel from Texas Instrument is training the students in these labs. Well, these are the various communication trainers that is available for training the students. The first one, what you could see over here, is a fiber optic trainer. So the transmitter and the receiver is basically connected by means of fiber optics over here. So in this figure, it is not connected to the receiver. You could see the light over here. For this purpose, to show this, it is not connected to the receiver. There is a circuit under test where you could see the measurement signal on the oscilloscope. The testing is in process. And here, this will be the modulator, demodulator kit, a part of the modulator, demodulator kit. So it is actually, the circuit is very well built inside this, and the students are going to apply the input at various positions and check and observe the various parameters associated with the transmission and reception of the signals. Apart from this, the students are exposed to the propagation of signal in a microwave bench. So this will be the microwave bench. This will be the entire setup. So in this microwave bench, the signal at about 8 to 12 gigahertz, what we call it as X band, is actually transmitted over here. and the signal is actually picked up at one of the points over here, and the measurement is done pertaining to the study of how the signal propagates inside a waveguide. Well, when we look into the job opportunities again, certain things could be common with the electrical engineering, like ISRO Central Research Laboratory, NAL, then DEBEL, that is Defense Bioengineering and Electromedical Laboratory, then Bharat Electronics, HAL, ETDC, Electronic Test and Development Center, AAI, that is Airport Authority of India. So here, Airport Authority of India, the electronics and communication engineers have got a wide scope to work as air traffic controllers, where they will be assisting the pilot in takeoff as well as landing. So this is again an more responsible position when we look into the services. Then we have ECIL, HPCL, NTPC, Steel Authority of India, Power Grid Corporation, then various research organizations. Students can also, the graduates can also get into the consumer electronics industry as well as the manufacturing of medical electronic devices as well as equipments. When we look into the private industries, few of the companies are, again, I have not listed everything, Elysian, then Tata Teleservices, Samsung, Sony, LG, General Electric, Texas Instruments, Robert Bosch, Mercedes-Benz, and so on. So we have a lot of companies where students are recruited. In fact, these are some of the companies what I have listed, which visits us for campus placement. When we look into the third and the most important discipline, that is biotechnology. Biotechnology is the research-oriented science, including fusion of biology and technology. So this study includes a large variety of subjects, which includes biochemistry, genetics, microbiology, chemistry, virology, immunology, and engineering. It is associated with other subjects such as health and medicine, cropping system and crop management, agriculture, animal husbandry, soil science and soil conservation, ecology, biostatistics, and so on. Biotechnology features the use of living cells and bacteria in the industrial process. Biotechnology can be applied in developing various vaccines, medicines, and diagnostics, improving energy production and conservation, and increasing the productivity. There is a great scope for career in biotechnology in India as well as abroad. When we look into the career in biotechnology, it offers various employment opportunities in research, marketing, and production in the fields like medicine, healthcare, animal husbandry, agriculture, and environment industry. Again, looking into the various subjects that are taught over here, again, engineering mathematics is one of the common subjects. The different courses are biochemistry, microbiology, reactive engineering, then bioinformatics, genetic engineering, analytical techniques, fermenter design and control, immunology, then plant design and economics, various electives, open electives, projects, and so on. So you could see the picture of microbiology lab over here, as well as the immunology lab. Plus, you could also see a picture of a biofuel information and demonstration center, where the biofuel is actually manufactured by using the plant fruit, that is Pongamia pinnata. So this seed is basically used to manufacture the biofuel. And now there is also a setup for the process of converting the used cooking oil into a biodiesel in the laboratory, in the department. So these are the two innovative things what the biotechnology department has it. The job opportunities, it includes clinical database management systems. One can get into the biopharmaceuticals, one can get into healthcare systems, fermentation technology, food and beverage industries. One can also get into the root level of nanotechnology, microbial technology, then molecular biology, and so on. Apart from this, any engineering stream, if you take, the other options are one can get into civil services by taking the UPSC examination and get into IAS, IPS, or IFS cadres. One can also get into the Indian Engineering Service, which is called as IES. A lot of opportunities are there in the armed forces, the defense forces. You can directly join as an officer the moment you complete your graduation in engineering. Interested graduates can also join academics as teachers and researchers. Much more than that, one can also become an entrepreneur. So this is what alumni have to speak about the institute. That is one Mr. Nishant, who is a PhD scholar at the University of Wisconsin, USA. He proudly says that the faculty members played a significant role in providing firm technical foundation by means of strong coursework and encouraged to work on innovative research products. Similarly, Ms. Priyanka Kamath, who is a technical program manager at Amazon, she says that Nitte has been an exciting journey for me. It has provided me with an opportunity not only to grow myself in academics, learn from knowledgeable faculty, but also had avenues for me to explore my abilities through extracurricular activities. So which means that, as principal said, a lot of opportunities are there for sports and other activities. And it is not meant only to undergraduate students. Abhishek Rao was a postgraduate student. He did his post-graduation in VLSI, and today he is a senior design engineer at Mercedes-Benz Research and Development, Bangalore. And he says that a master's in VLSI design and embedded systems molded me to emerge as a professional. My institution and the department designed the course not just to build a strong foundation, but also made us aware on the practical know-how through good lab facilities, project assignments, various workshops. Along with technical knowledge, they motivated us in sports and extracurricular activities for the overall personality development. So this message has come on the Teachers' Day just day before, so I thought I'll just put it over here. So students are very happy, the alumni are very happy, the alumni are very well placed in industries as well as in academia. So finally, believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. So let there be no fear in your mind as to what program I need to take. The area you are interested with, you can directly go into that area. Your learning becomes much more fantastic if you take the area in which you are interested. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Let us move on to the last part in the presentation, which deals with the three different engineering branches: civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and robotics and artificial intelligence. Rajesh sir, can you please change the host to me?
Yeah. Very well done.
Okay, sir. think still it has not changed.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, visible.
Yes. Yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Grainel de Mello, Assistant Professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. And today I'll be dealing with giving you some information on the three core engineering branches. One is civil engineering, the other one is mechanical engineering, and then the advanced technology, which is robotics and artificial intelligence. Okay, moving on further, just go through these cartoons. If at all there were no engineers, you can see the caption there, the world without engineers, how it would be. So everything would be manual. Probably the laptop size will be 3 to 4 times larger than what you have expected. There will be a lot of physical work that has been involved. Not only one, there are multiple cartoons. This is all about the musical instruments that you use in your day-to-day life. Earlier, so much of hurdles, so much of discomfort, and nowadays, with the help of technology, everything has been simplified as per the requirements. So every single day, you will find one new gadget that has been introduced by one of the technical giant in the technology market. And that's where we are totally addicted to it. You see, current scenario, everything is online. Even today, we are presenting ourselves online, which should have been offline if at all there was no COVID. And COVID has made the technology reach totally to a next level where everything is available at your fingertips and you're supposed to manage it sitting at home. Okay, you can see this is basically for a civil engineer. There is no bridge. Earlier, the bridge was constructed somewhat like this. And you could still find these kinds of bridges that are available in the areas where it is not fully developed. Okay, the TV, the world of television in terms of animations. Nowadays, we talk about pixels, resolutions, 3K, 4K technologies, and all those things come under the technology aspects. You can see an aeroplane without an engineer. The next image, what I'm going to show, probably you might have read it in the news, maybe a month back. A Maharashtra man, Rancho, builds own helicopter, dies after blade slashes his throat during the trial run. Now, basically, he's just a mechanic, not a qualified engineer. and you can create any technological content or any technological project. But the important thing is every single blade or every single component that you design has a particular reason. And what is that reason? Until and unless you find out that, if you go and create any project, this might be one kind of a consequence. I don't say that he was wrong, but he didn't understand the concept completely, because of which the blade got cut, which slit his throat. And this is a consequence. So that is why engineering knowledge is equally important as your medical aspect. Because nowadays a lot of hazards are happening. It cannot be an engineering failure, even though there are so many aspects. So let us talk about civil engineering. Now, in civil engineering, if you see, this is a bunch of different areas where civil engineering covers: strength of materials, applied mechanics, wastewater, surveying, etc., etc. So let us look into, in terms of a standard definition, what exactly is civil engineering. Civil engineering is a professional engineering discipline that deals with design, construction, and maintenance of a physical part. Now, usually what happens is, it is very easy to create a part. Now, once the part is created, it is very difficult to maintain. Let me give a very, very simple example. It need not be a construction. It can be a mobile phone. You buy a new mobile phone and you are using it very harshly. Every day you use it. Maybe in 6-7 months or so, by mistake, it slips out of your hand, falls down. No matter it is a Gorilla Glass 3 or higher versions, it is definitely going to break. So in meanwhile, all those maintenance aspects also need to cover. But when it comes to civil engineering, it is not only such kinds. It is building a huge construction and finally maintaining it, because it needs to be earthquake resistant. Several other parameters needs to be considered whenever you are going to design a building. Now below, you can see several kinds of images. Now these are the roadways where a civil engineer comes into action. An airport construction where a civil engineer comes into construction. The bridges, you see a Burj Khalifa and Burj Al Arab. All these are the marvelous things that have happened in the field of civil engineering as well as architecture. Now, basically, whenever we talk about architecture, it is only the outer appearance and the kinds of buildings that they construct. But in terms of your civil engineering aspects, almost all the aspects are considered, including the technical aspects, the strength of materials, how much amount of your metals or the materials needs to be included. Everything comes under the civil engineering. Now, what are the subcategories? You see, management and construction engineering is one part, structural engineering, transportation, water, geotechnicals, environmental engineering, coastal engineering, earthquake, forensic. All these are the different subdivisions that come under civil engineering. Not only this much, there are various other aspects. If at all we list down, you will find almost around 20-30. And that too, it is all man-made. It is all man-made. And you might find some more extra subdivisions in the coming future. Now, let us talk about civil engineering at NMAMIT, which was the oldest department, started in the year 1987 with the UG program with the student intake of 60. And now the annual intake has been increased to 120 since the academic year 12-13. Now it has also the postgraduate programs, MTech in construction technology, which started in 2010 with an intake of 18, and another structural, which is a specialization with an intake of 24. Now, civil engineering has a student association, organization of civil engineering aspirants of Nitte, wherein they perform a lot of activities in terms of conducting the workshops, quizzes, competitions, technical related project competitions, etc. Now, most of the people are worried about what subjects are offered. If I go through the registration forms, some of them have asked whether civil engineering is good for girls, boys. There is no difference as such. Civil engineering is equally important for boys as well as for girls. And these are the basic subjects that are offered. Now, these are some of the mandatory subjects required in civil engineering. You can just go through it. These are for the 5th and the 6th semesters. You could see a lot of design related aspects, designs of RCC structural elements, design of steel structural elements. And these are one of the foundation courses for civil engineering. No matter whatever happens, even the world collapses, the buildings are going to rise again. And that's where civil engineering is very, very firm. Unfortunately, many people say that there is no scope for civil engineering these days. But constructions are not stopping. Only thing is that the technology has advanced and everything is going digital. So even civil engineering is going to be digital in certain years, because nowadays you will find a 3D printed house, not with the blocks, with the mixture of concrete, a machine which is going to pump out the concrete mixture wherever required. Everything has been programmed, and that's how the houses are going to be constructed in the coming future. With this regard, civil engineering has come up with all the latest advanced courses. Basically, we talk about artificial intelligence and machine learning these days. And artificial intelligence and machine learning is not only in computer science or electronics and communication. It is a general perspective which is required in each and every single branch these days. And no branch is core specific, because every single branch you consider, you require artificial intelligence, you require machine learning, you require big data, and data analysis is a must these days. Additional training, drafting, architecture, softwares, which is 3D Max Rivet, design drawings, RCC and steel structures. All these are the practical aspects that are happening in our college. Civil engineering department gets almost consultancies in terms of crores. So in such a case, even the students are involved in those consultancy works, where they get the practical knowledge on how exactly the consultancy report needs to be given to the people who are going to give us certain sort of works. Now, companies assisting in placements for civil engineering at NMAMIT. Now, these are the major giants which are into the civil engineering: Sikon, Soba Developers, Prism RMC. Most are related to the constructions. Apart from these, there are mass recruiting companies also. Your Infosys, TCS, Accenture, many other mass recruiting companies also hire civil engineers. Now, one thing, a very important aspect, most of the times students think that, oh, it is a software company, why should I join? Now, it is not that a software company doesn't have any sorts of construction happening in their organization. That is completely there. Even after that, you have an opportunity to study something beyond your syllabus. That's well and good, and people should accept. Talking about placements, now most of the colleges usually claim that they have 100% placements. I want to stress this point because I'm the department placement coordinator, and I closely understand 100% placement in the sense only if you are eligible to score 60% or above marks in your engineering, only then you have the eligibility to get placed. And most of the time students complain, I don't have placements. Now, this is the reason. So please don't be in an impression that you take engineering course very casually and say, I didn't get placed. Okay, now these are some of the industry types. City Municipal Council, UDP, all these are the local types which has happened for the consultancy work in the civil engineering. Now, these are the basic lab facilities that are available in the civil engineering department, which covers almost all the aspects, right from the conventional method to the digitization. Now, latest advances in civil engineering. Now, the world is full of virtual reality and augmented reality. Building information modeling, everything is happening through the software. Demand for sustainable designs, because since everything is computerized, you have very minimal physical work. Drones, another challenge. Advanced building materials, you will find new kinds of materials. Internet of Things, sitting at home, you can monitor each and every aspect of a construction. 3D printing, as I've already told you, nowadays 3D printing houses are going to come in the coming future. Robots may take up. civil engineering tasks. But in order to train the robots, you require engineers. What are the job opportunities? These are the general job opportunities which I browsed on. You can go into the public sector, you can go into the private sector, government sectors. If you're not willing to go for a master's, you can be a scientist, because nowadays the scientist word is popping up everywhere, because everybody are interested to do into research. You can go into the management aspects. Several other government organizations will offer jobs for civil engineers. Next part, one of the oldest engineering branch, mechanical engineering. Now, if at all we talk about mechanical engineering, 2021 mechanical engineering is not the conventional engineering what we had thought of. Everything is advancing day by day. Mechanical engineers are no more core mechanical engineers. They have converted themselves into mechatronics, because they have to study mechanical engineering concepts, they have to study programming concepts, they have to study design aspects. Almost everything needs to be done by a mechanical engineer these days. Now, what is it all about? The two important facts: engineering, physics, and mathematics. If at all you are interested into engineering, physics, and mathematics, yes, mechanical is the branch for you. Because if you look into the images, what I've put down, all those are the applications. You are into engineering drawing, you are into circuit manufacturing, the wind turbines. This is the CNC. You can go into automotives. This is the computational fluid dynamics, the wind turbines. Now, the question comes, when all these things are advancing, why there is low demand in mechanical engineering? There is no low demand. To be frank with you, this time the placements are comparatively high. We have almost around 84 job offers in mechanical engineering, and those two, some have multiple job offers. Unfortunately, whenever we talk about software, students slightly hesitate to take it up, because most of the software firms have a mechanical engineering section in their department. Either it is Infosys, TCS, or any other organization where they hire you, there is a mechanical engineering section. Now, about the history of mechanical engineering at NMAMIT Nitte. It was started in the year 1986 when the college started, an oldest branch with an intake of 40. Now, it is admitting nearly 120 students plus lateral entry students. The department has an undergraduate BE Mechanical, 2 postgraduate programs, MTech in Energy Systems and MTech in Machine Design. And the department has MOUs with various industries for placements and undergraduate research. Now, what are the subjects offered in mechanical? These are the core subjects, including computer applications. So even industrial robotics come into existence. Automobile engineering is also part of mechanical engineering. And to remind you, electric vehicles cannot be claimed under any of one particular engineering branch, because even though there are electric vehicles, engine is replaced by a motor, you still have a gearbox, you still have a lot of mechanical components in it, and there is a lot of demand in the coming future. Now, these are the 7th and 8th semester subjects. These are the basic subjects. Now, as I told you, in civil engineering, even in mechanical engineering, we have implemented several subjects. The current trending subjects as electives: artificial intelligence, MATLAB, basic analysis, Python programming, Internet of Things, MEMS, machine learning, and data structures with C++ and cloud computing. Now, the various companies that assist us in placements. Now, these are the technical companies which assist mechanical engineering in placements. You see, Mercedes-Benz is there, Toyota Kirloskar Motor, Denso Kirloskar, Promac Engineering. All these majorities are the core companies, and the salaries ranging from 4.5 lakhs to 22.67 lakhs. This time, a Japanese company have offered 22.67. Apart from that, there are so many other companies which offer a package of around average package of around 6 lakhs to 10 lakhs for a mechanical engineer, which has happened in our organization this year. Now, industry tie-ups. We have industry tie-ups with the University of Antwerp, Belgium, the Foreman Training Institute, Lamina Foundries and Lamina Suspensions, Fronius India Private Limited, a welding organization, SKF, MRPL, which you know it, Festo, a hydraulic and pneumatic system, which is leading in terms of automations, Takunje Software Private Limited, Durga Motors Technical Association with Ashok Leyland, the lubricator specialists, Pneumatrix, and the Toyotas. Now, these are the basic lab facilities that are available in the mechanical engineering department. Now, there is even scope for undergraduate research in mechanical engineering. These are the centers of excellence what we have in our department: Center for Condition Monitoring, System Design, Research on Vibration Isolations, Center for Tool-Based Micromachining, Alternative Research, etc. We have, for the automotive lovers, we have an automotive learning factory wherein our students go in for various events in order to build cars, SAE Baja, SAE Supra, or your mega ATV championships, go-karts, all those things are happening here. Apart from that, we have a BMW engine sponsored by BMW in order to go with the technical associations, go for engine dismantling, reassembly, understand the fully concepts. And we have the Ashok Leyland chassis over here for engineering aspects in order to study in detail each and every part of it. This year onwards, we are going to start off automotive clay modeling and automotive electronics as a lab and as a specific curriculum in mechanical engineering. We have NMAMIT Fronius Center for Welding Technology, wherein a lot of welding research is happening. You can see the images. We also have a welding simulator, okay, a digital welding simulator where anybody can go and practice there, wherein you will get a feel of how exactly the welding is being done. Different student clubs and chapters. These are some of the chapters. As principal has already mentioned, these are all centralized, but everything, all these clubs are managed by the Department of Mechanical Engineering. The latest advancements. Industry 4.0 is booming everywhere. Industrial Internet of Things. The latest technology is 4D printing. You can see a small ball over here, which has completely been printed. Nowadays, solar windows are also coming into existence. Electric vehicles, digital twins. You can see a physical pump over here and a replica of it is being found over here in order to do the failure mode effect analysis digitally. NEMS and agile manufacturing. Next comes robotics and artificial intelligence. Now, you see a small image over here. When robotics and artificial intelligence are combined together, you will find something called as artificially intelligent robots. Now, which robot do you prefer? Is it an Honda Asimo, an industrial version, an Iron Man kind, an iRobot, or the Talaiwa, which is one of the most famous kind of a robot which everybody knows these days? But unfortunately, we want something like a robot, the Indian robot, where all the features are actually included in it. And it is not very far where we could find such kinds of robots that are really existing in the real world. Now, robotics and artificial intelligence at NMAMIT. Now, this is a new course that has been started this year. The major focus is on making it automated, where we can implement Industry 4.0, the latest technology where everything is being relied on automation. The program presents equal percentage of robotics and artificial intelligence related courses. The coming slide will show you about the syllabus also. Robotic related courses include courses on design and manufacturing of a robot, sensing, control, programming and applications of robots. Courses related to artificial intelligence, now it is a mandatory requirement in most of the courses. Apart from that, machine learning, big data analysis, deep learning, and communications. This has an intake. This year, we have an intake of 60 students. Now, I'll just give you an overview about the various types of robots and how this engineering branch will help you. Nowadays, even though you know it or not, there are so many kinds of robots which are available in your neighborhood itself. Now, aerospace robots is totally different. These are all the research sections. Nowadays, we are even talking about the military robots that are going to come into existence. One such kind, aerospace, the consumer robots. Basically, these will help you to have a partner at home where you can talk and they are going to respond. Disaster responses. Nowadays, drone technologies are extremely high, and maybe in the coming future, medicines are going to be distributed through drones. Food deliveries might be through drones, etc. Education robots and entertainment robots, varieties of robots and automations are happening these days. Exoskeleton, basically in the field of medical or biomedical aspects, which is very, very important. The humanoid robots, you can see even the face looks like a human these days, and so much of advancement is happening in these cases. Industrial version robots. So we have an industrial version robot. I'm going to talk. I have another 4 to 5 slides, and then I'm going to conclude. The medical robots. Nowadays, one doctor can sit at one place and operate a person who is totally at a different location through medical robots. You can see it here. Military and security robots. Self-driving cars are also considered to be robots because those are completely automated. Telepresence, underwater robots. These are all the things which you know, which looks good on the images, but difficult to implement. That's why you require basic information in order to develop these kinds of robots. Now, these are some of the subjects offered in 3rd and 4th semester. You can go through it, and most are related to mechanical, computer science, information science, electronics and communication. And basically, this is a branch combining all the aspects of engineering. So higher semester subjects, you can see it. Neural networks has also come into existence. IoT is there, Python programmings, business analytics, and various other kinds. Now, facilities. As of now, we have a tie-up with Festo. As I told you, it is an automation giant, wherein we have hydraulics and pneumatic kits, which will help students understand the automations done. Active learning in robotics, we have an ABB IRB 1600 industrial robot. Now, what are the job opportunities? Now, if you look into various aspects, robotics fits into mechanical, robotics fits into electronics, robotics fits into computer science. So it is a multidisciplinary branch. And whenever we talk about multidisciplinary branch, you should be having sufficient amount of skill in one particular branch in order to move forward and get a job. Now, that's the basic requirement. So if at all you just search, go to Google and just search about robotics jobs, you will find thousands of jobs that are readily available for a specific robotic engineer. Now, this is what I can say. And as the advancement goes on, I can further update you later on. So by this, I conclude my presentation. Thank you very much. If at all you have any specific queries, you can post it in the YouTube chat box, and we will answer your questions. Several queries have already come. Sir, shall we answer their queries?
Yeah, you can take a couple of them.
Yes, sir. Okay, one student has asked, sir, could you please explain the difference between machine learning and data science, and which one is better to pick with artificial intelligence course?
Yeah, let me take that. Data science is an subject, is an area of engineering and science where we talk about data collection, data pre-processing, and then data analysis, and then visualization. So if you have to take some decisions based on the huge amount of data, then initially you need to collect the data from various sources, either online or offline. When I say online, you may have sensors deployed, and then you can collect the data in real time, or offline data also you can take. Then you may have to pre-process it, because as it is data, you will not be able to process it to come to any conclusion. So data analysis is a area wherein it involves data collection, pre-processing, then you do the analysis, and then maybe give the outcomes in the form of some visual visual effects. And when it comes to machine learning, basically that will have lots of algorithms and techniques which will work on the data. So basic data is anyway has to be available, and machine learning algorithms will work on this data and will help the users to come to some conclusions. And artificial intelligence is a term that is used for a big umbrella of various subjects, where machine learning is one part, data, big data analytics is another part, and artificial intelligence basically talks about tools and techniques which will use various machine learning and deep learning and other algorithms to work on huge data to arrive at some conclusions. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll move on to the next question, sir. A question from Shreyas Shetty. Sir, I have selected electrical and electronics, but many people say that electronics and communication has better scope. Is it true?
Rajesh.
Yeah. See, when you look into the two branches, streams, that is electrical and electronics, as well as electronics and communication, the uniqueness of the second one is communication over there. That electronics part, what you have, both the branches will be studying. So as I told in my presentation, it was basically electrical, high voltage, power distribution, and those things which are actually concentrated on. When you look into electronics and communication, the uniqueness is communication. So when you look into the communication scenario today, even though we do not know anything about communication, but everybody uses the gadgets, that is a mobile, cell phone, for quite a lot of tasks. So basically, when you look into the opportunities over here, it depends upon your area of interest. See, electricity, as I told, today generation, distribution, maintenance, and everything, operation and maintenance, everything is equally important. So both has got good scopes. Possibly electronics and communication will have a slightly better edge, because the communication advances, whatever has happened, it has happened in the recent years. At the same time, I would also like to narrate over here that whether it is electrical and electronics or electronics and communication, with a little bit of added courses, you can also get into an IT industry. Hope I have answered this question.
Yes. So the next question, which is related to biotechnology engineering. Sir, biotechnology engineering placement and abroad opportunities in this stream. And one more student has asked biotechnology job opportunities at Nitte.
Yeah, the biotechnology discipline itself is a research-oriented discipline, and definitely the question what was asked, we do not have mass recruitment like how it happens for IT and computer science. There is no mass recruitment how it happens for IT related field. But of course, as far as, since it is a research oriented discipline, ample job opportunities are there in India as well as abroad.
Yes, sir. Another question, will new branches, computer and communications, artificial intelligence and machine learning will be treated at par by visiting companies during the campus placement with CS and IS?
Yeah, let me take that. Yes, we started artificial intelligence and machine learning and computer and communication last year. So the students are yet to come to the final year. But keeping that apart, if we look at the scenario in the placement segment, the companies which come for the placement, they normally treat all these IT related branches alike, because in fact the first year of engineering, as you all may be aware, it is common for all branches of engineering. And when it comes to the IT related four branches which we were talking about, even the second year is common for all four branches. And when it comes to the third or final year, the AI/ML and computer and communication engineering will have some special subjects related to those branches. However, the companies which come for the campus recruitment or even offsite, off campus, they will treat all these graduates coming from these four branches alike, because fundamentally they would have studied some programming languages, they would have studied some problem solving skills, but their focus area could be different. In computer and communication, students would have tackled the problems of communication and by using the programming language and problem solving skills. But in artificial intelligence and machine learning, they would have taken some big data as the resource for solving some problems. Otherwise, job opportunities will be very safe. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Now, next question, one is related to civil. I'll answer it later on. Most of them are asking what is the cutoff for CS, IS, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and computer communication.
Yeah, let me answer this looking at our information that we had, information that I have with me of the last year. In CET, general merit, normally to 3,500 CET rank, all our general merit computer science seats get filled. When it comes to information science, it may be about 4,500 cutoff for the general merit first round. And when it comes to artificial intelligence, last year, in fact, our admission started a bit late because of the approvals that we got a bit late. But however, this time, right in the first round itself, we are confident that AI and ML cutoff will be very similar to that of computer science. And in AI ML, we have only 60 seats, and computer science, we have got 180 seats. That way, if you look at it, AI ML seats may get filled even earlier to computer science. Same way with computer and communication also, because there also the intake is 60, and you know that in CET only 45% of the seats are for CET. Hence, computer and communication cutoff also will be somewhere around 5,000 to 6,000 this year. That's our prediction. Thank you.
Yeah, there was a question related to civil engineering and government jobs. Yes, there are varieties of government jobs available for a civil engineer these days. There are specific entrance examinations which you need to crack on. Based on that, you can get through any of the organizations, because even electrical and electronics is one area where most of the government jobs have been offered, because MESCOM, BESCOM and varieties. Even in terms of salary also, you might get a government salary. That's what is concerned these days. So yes, civil engineering have a lot of civil engineering students have a lot of government job opportunities. Yeah. So I think we have answered almost all the questions, sir.
Yeah. If there are any more questions, let them send it to the email, and then we can reply through the email.
Yeah. Yeah. If at all you have any queries, you can post it to info@nitte.edu.in. That's where we deal with admissions. And if at all you have any specific queries, you can drop a mail to principal_NMAMIT@nitte.edu.in, and we will try to clear your queries at the max.
Yeah. I think with that, I, on behalf of NMAM Institute of Technology, Nitte, would like to thank all the listeners over there, and also my personal thanks to Dr. Rajesh Shetty and Dr. Grainal. And we hope and wish that the students would like to join engineering will take NMAMIT Nitte as their first preferred institute. You will get everything that is required to shape up your professional and personal career to the best possible. Those facilities are there with us. We have great resources, great faculty members, and once again, thanking all of you for being there. Thanks to our Nitte deemed to be university and also Nitte Education Trust for arranging this particular webinar. And on this COVID time, I hope and wish that all of you stay safe and healthy. Thank you very much. Thanks from my side.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.